So this is track number 4 with the thinking method, language transfer. Let's go ahead and get that started.
This is an extremely useful rule. Rule for what? How would you say urgent?
Urgente.
Urgente.
Good. Urgente. Urgente. How would you say urgently?
Urgentemente.
Urgentemente.
Urgentemente. I love you in Spanish is te quiero. Literally, I want you. You might have also heard te amo. You should be weary of this difference. Te quiero you can use with friends, you can use with lovers very soon. Te amo is much, much more serious. But te quiero is very
Te quiero, te amo. Te quiero, te amo.
common. And it literally means I want you. So, there is you. We can get rid of this and here we are left with I want.
Quiero.
Quiero. Good. How would you say I don't want?
No
No
quiero.
quiero.
No quiero. Good. We just put no before. One of my favorite rules for convertible words is the rule for words ending ion. This is an extremely useful rule. Words ending ion are the same in English and Spanish. Just in Spanish they have the accent on the end. So for example, in English we have opinion, and in Spanish you're going to pronounce syllable by syllable, making sure that you're pronouncing the vowels as they're written, and you're going to put the accent on the end.
Opinión.
Opinion. Good. Passion.
Opinión. Pasión.
Pasión.
Pasión. Good, and you pronounce the S, because we don't write sh.
Pasión.
Preparation. Now if it's shun, T-I-O-N, if we have shun, it's going to be C-I-O-N in Spanish.
Preparación.
And this C-I-O-N is pronounced ción, like an S, in most of the Spanish-speaking world, or in most of Spain, it's pronounced ción. So you can choose, if you have a particular affiliation for Spain, you can make this
I think I'm more interested in Latin American Espanol versus Spain.
If not, I suggest using the S sound, because a majority of Spanish speakers are using this sound, and it's also much easier. It doesn't appear difficult here, preparación. But if you want to ask for a beer, for example, with the S sound, you're going to ask for a cerveza. If you're going to ask using the th sound, you're going to ask for cerveza. So, I would suggest, unless you have a particular affiliation with Spain or you particularly want to be practicing with some Spanish friends or whatever, to use the S sound. So, you have a word like organization, that Z as well is going to sound like an S or a th. Organización. You see, much easier than this is organización.
Organización.
Good. Preparation.
Preparación.
Preparación.
Generation.
Generación.
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 Good. You had a little bit sitting in from English, right? One of the vowels there. But if you take it syllable by syllable, we get every vowel perfect. Generación.
Generación.
Confirmation.
Confirmación.
Confirmación.
I was tempted to say confirmación.
But you thought, no, I like ink. Perfect. So this is actually called language transfer. So this is negative language transfer. Things that come from English affecting your Spanish, which are not part of Spanish, are negative language transfer. And what is useful from English, so like these convertible words that we are using as far as language learning is concerned, this is positive language transfer. So part of our journey here is to identify what is negative language transfer and what is positive language transfer, and using both to our advantage. And English becomes more interesting when we learn Spanish, because we start to see where some words come from, where is the inherent wisdom in the vocabulary. So confirmation, for example, means with wisdom in the vocabulary. So confirmation, for example, means with signing. Con is with in Spanish, and firma is signature. So when you confirm, you are doing it with signature.
Me gusto.
Conversation.
Conversación. Conversación.
Conversación.
Good. And this means like with verses.
Someone commented and said I am on track 74. Wow. Okay.
With verse. Confrontation.
Confrontación.
confrontación,
Confrontación. And front.
Confrontación. Confrontación.
Actually, like confrontación comes from frente, which means forehead. So it's with the forehead. When you confront, you go forward with the forehead. Complication.
Complicación.
complicación,
Complicación. Here, com is also con, but it changes to an M because of that P. Happens the same in English and Spanish. Complicación. But this is with folding. From Latin, plicare, to fold. So, you know, when you fold stuff up, I guess it gets more complicated. Something like that. Now, the reason why this is my favorite rule is because out of these words that end in ion, if you take the words that end ation, if you take those words and you get rid of the shun and you put an R on the end, you get the verb. So let me give you an example. Preparation, preparación, preparar. And then you get the verb to prepare. So there's like 1,000 verbs now we know in Spanish.
Preparación.
What was generation?
Preparar.
generación,
Good. What is to generate?
Generación. Generación. Generar. Generar.
generar,
Generar. Good. What was confirmation?
Generar. Confirmación.
confirmación, confirmación,
Good. What is to confirm?
Drop the CION. Confirmar. Okay.
confirmar,
Yes. Confirmar. So if you had to guess, how do you think you would say to sign?
CONFIR, not CONFER. Confirm. Confirmar. Not confirmar. Confirmar.
If to confirm is with
oh,
signing.
firmar,
With. Yes. Firmar. Firmar means to sign. Huh? Complication.
Complicación.
complicación,
To complicate.
Complicar. Complicar.
complicar,
Good. So now we can make some sentences with this. What was again I want, and if we forget that, we can think of I love you in
Yeah.
Spanish, and then take away the you.
Take care.
quiero,
Quiero. So now we can make some sentences. I want to prepare.
quiero,
Quiero preparar.
quiero preparar,
Good. Quiero preparar. How do you say cooperation?
Cooperación.
Good. Cooperación. Good. You pronounced both O's. That was correct. Cooperación.
Cooperación.
Just sounds a tiny bit longer, no? Cooperación. To cooperate.
Cooperar.
cooperar,
Cooperar.
Cooperar.
I want to cooperate.
Quiero
quiero
cooperar.
cooperar,
Good. How do you say cancellation?
Cancelar.
cancelación,
And to cancel?
cancelar,
I want to cancel.
quiero cancelar,
Good. How do you think you would say I don't want to cancel?
No quiero cancelar.
no quiero cancelar,
Perfect. Exploration.
Son sí, claro. Okay.
exploración,
To explore.
Exploración. Explorar. Explorar.
explorar,
I want to explore.
Quiero explorar.
quiero explorar,
Perfect. The word for me in Spanish is the same as English. You're just going to pronounce it how it's written.
me,
Good. How would you say I want to prepare myself? Myself is the same as me. So you would say I want to prepare me.
Prepararme.
quiero
Prepararme.
prepararme,
Good. Quiero prepararme. I want to prepare me. I want to prepare myself. And this means I want to get ready. You can use this like I want to get ready. Quiero prepararme.
Quiero
Now this probably sounds quite formal in English. I want to prepare myself. But we should be aware that in English, Latin words sound especially formal. Not always. Cancel doesn't sound formal because it's the only word we use to say cancel. But most of the time we have two words with similar meanings Like, for example, you might have to find and then to encounter. It sounds a little bit more formal or a little bit more literary or flowery. And these ones that have these different feelings in English are generally Latin words. And the Germanic words, like find, which in German is finden, same word, sound more everyday, colloquial. Now we should bear in mind that that's in English, and Latin words in Spanish, which is modern Latin, of course don't sound formal, they just sound normal.
Okay,
My family isn't exact.
that is the end of track 4. Next is track 5. So far, so good. Until next time, adios, amigos.